Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me today for another video. So in this video we're going to be looking at the palm-sized DMR handset from Bofeng or Radioddity, which is the version that I'm showing you here. Now it is the GD-73A. It comes in two models, the GD-73A and the GD-73E. The GD-73A is for wideband UHF, so 406 to 470 MHz, and the E model covers PMR 446, but we'll go into more detail on that in a little while. In this video we're going to be looking at the features and settings on this radio in some detail. We'll also look at programming and we're going to do an on-air test as well. So just for some specifications, as I said, it comes in two models, the GD-73A and the GD-73E. It comes with 1024 channels and 64 zones for DMR. It's got digital and analog mode, so it covers DMR and analog FM. It's got a built-in antenna which makes it really portable, and it's got the really small LCD screen and the small keypad as well, which makes it really easy to use. It comes with a micro USB connector on the bottom, which is for both charging and programming, and it comes with the supplied programming cable, and it's FCC certified. So on the digital side of things, you've got things like group call, private call and all call, and it also supports digital encryption. And then on the FM side of things, it's got wide and narrow deviation, programmable CT/CSS and DCS tones, squelch, timeout timer, Vox, which is voice activated transmission, encryption, keypad lock, and scan. So just another couple of points to note, this is IP54 rated, so it's rugged, splash proof and dust proof. Now it will survive in harsh environments, but it's not submersible. It's not one that you can run over with a car and things like that. It's just going to survive the odds in poor weather if you were to just like drop it from sort of waist height, if you were using it and it slipped out of your hand. So it's dust proof and splash proof, not submersible, so it will survive things like a rain shower. Also, you have software and firmware updates available on the Radioddity website, and there'll be a link in the description. The code plug software is on there as well, and it's very similar to use than any other programming software, but we'll cover that a little bit further into the video. And there's also a Facebook user group which you can get support and information on as well. Now, just going back to the different models, it's advertised as the GD-73A and the GD-73E. Now, the model that I was supplied with was the E model, which is designed for PMR 446. Now, what I did realise was when I looked in the programming software is that you can actually change the model of the radio in the programming software to the A model. So I selected my frequency range of 406.1 to 470 MHz, which means I can use it on 70 centimetres. Now, the difference between the two, the A model, which is UHF wideband, so 406.1 to 470 MHz, has a selectable output power of either 0.5 watts or 2 watts, because you can use it in the commercial band and you can use it in 70 centimetres. The E model comes with the pre-programmed PMR 446 channels, which has a fixed output power of 0.5 watts, and it's legal to use because it's got the fixed antenna, the lower power, and it covers those PMR channels. So as I say, that's just one thing to note. I'm not sure if it would be the same for every single one, but certainly the model I got was the E model, and on the box it did say PMR 446, but in the programming software I managed to change this so it covered UHF 70 centimetres. So in the box you get the GD-73A radio, or the E model, whichever one you order. You get the 2600 mAh lithium-ion battery as well. You get a belt clip with 2 screws. Also the programming cable, which also doubles up as a charger cable, and it comes with a 2-pin plug there, so depending on which country you're in you may need an adapter. It comes with an earpiece slash PTT and the user manual. Okay, so if we look at the front of the radio, you can see we've got 6 buttons, so really easy to use. There's 2 programmable buttons on there. There's an up and down and a menu and escape button. So there's no manual entry keypad, and you can't program this from the front end of the radio. It's got a small LCD screen. Now it does appear quite dark under my studio lights, but it is backlit and it's just as visible as any other DMR radio that I own. On one side we've got the PTT button and an light switch which turns on the LED light on the front. So we have got a obligatory LED light on this one, a flashlight. You can see the LED light on the front there, and we've also got a little headphone socket there. On the other side we've got up and down buttons, so you can switch between frequencies and channels, and the power button is just underneath that. And then on the bottom we've got the USB port, which is for charging and for programming. And then just on the back we've got the belt clip screws and the charging base contact. So if you order a charging base you can just drop it in. Now these don't come with a charging base, this is an optional extra. You can see there the antenna is a fixed antenna, so this makes it legal for PMR 446 at half a watt, and you'll find in here there's probably, well, there's definitely a coiled spring antenna which is tuned for that band. So quite a simple little radio in terms of buttons and things like that, quite easy to use, and as you can see it just fits perfectly in the palm of your hand. Menu options are quite simple. If we click on the menu button there, you can see we've got messages, so you've got inbox, outbox, compose messages and delete messages. You've got contacts, so you can go through and view your contacts there. We've got call logs, so you can look at missed, received and deleted call logs. We've got settings, so we've got the firmware update and the ID. We've got channel, so you can go through talk around, timeout timer, power, slot, color code, group list, frequency display, so whether you have it as frequency or memory name. We've got zones there, so you can select your different zones. You can change the date and time on the radio. We've got tone, which is for things like keypad tone and the power off tone, and then we've got others, so the lock key, backlight, power on, so you can choose it to display your call sign or a picture. You've got volume key and hotkeys, and then you can also factory reset the radio as well. So as you can see, the P1 and P2 buttons, I've programmed this to select between different zones, so you can access your zones quite easily. And then P2 changes the output power, and if you press these for longer you can program them. You can program 4 functions into these buttons, and there's 21 in total to choose from. So the programming software is available on the Radioddity website. Now, I had a bit of an issue programming this, and I've got to say Radioddity were really helpful in sort of providing instructions to install this properly. There is quite a specific set of instructions for installing this radio. So first you have to connect the radio TPC with the cable before you do anything, before you install any of the software. You then download the software package, and you have to install a file called USB lib underscore HRC 7000.exe. You run that program as the administrator. It says in the instructions, if possible, don't save the generated info file or the info driver to the desktop, but place it in a directory on your boot drive. I saved this to my documents. It didn't work in local disk C, and it didn't work on the desktop. The drive is then automatically installed, and you just have to wait a minute for that to complete, and if it fails or encounters an error then you have to start again. The only way you can end that is by ending it in the task manager. Then what you can do is open the GD-73 software folder and click on the GD-73 exe file to install the programming software, and if you do it in this order, which is quite complicated, you should be okay. Again, there is the Facebook group for asking for advice, and they were quite helpful to me on there. And of course you can contact Radioddity as well, and they will help you with anything you may need. So as you can see, the programming software is very similar to any other DMR programming software out there on these cheap Chinese radios. One thing I did notice is that you can't save or import CSV files. It only imports XLSX files, which is Microsoft Excel. So I tried importing a CSV file from another code plug into this radio, and it wouldn't recognize it in the software, unfortunately. So I had to program this from scratch. But as I said in some of the other videos, once you get round programming these radios, they are quite simple to do. DMR programming is a bit of a learning curve, but if you persevere with it and take your time, you will get there in the end. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put a couple of calls out on one of the repeaters and see if we can make a quick contact.
Okay, you're fine. So I don't know what's going on there.
No, I'm not sure. I'm only on a really only on a 2-watt radio with a really tiny what's it called? A little tiny fixed antenna, Chris. So it might have been that. There's quite a bit between us, isn't there, really? But yeah, how's it sounding? I'm about 12 inches away from the mic. Because I've just got it in front of the camera, if you don't mind. But yeah, let me know how it's sounding, Chris. You're sounding goody on your Motorola. M0GGM3HHY.
Yeah, it sounds right. It sounds a little, if I'm being critical, it's sounding a little bit tinny. And there's like a repetitive clicking noise in the background. So I don't know what that is. It's very, very quiet.
Right, let me just move the microphone closer to my mouth. How's that, Chris? Is that any different? 0GGM3HHY.
Yeah, M3HHY, M0GG. That sounds a lot better, Lewis.
Yeah, it's because I'm behind the camera, you see, Chris. So I'm quite far away from the mic. That's probably why. But yeah, no, you're sounding good. Are you on your Motorola? Did you say? I think you said you're on your Motorola. I'm on the little Radioddity GD-73. It's a little palm-sized DMR radio. It's quite nice. So I've just got it programmed up and thought I'd put a couple of calls out. But I wasn't getting anything on 235 and I couldn't access the echo test as well. So it seems to be okay now. I've looked on the DMR monitor, on the Phoenix monitor, and we're both showing on there live. So that's the main thing. Back to you.
Yeah, try and try 235, Lewis, just to make sure it's working okay.
Yeah, we'll go down there, Chris, and if I can't hear you, I'll meet you back on 80.
Okay, no problem. M0GG.
Mike 0, Oscar Golf Golf, Mike 0, Oscar Golf Golf, M3HHY, you on frequency, Chris?
Yeah, got you, Lewis. M3HHY, M0GG. Yeah, you're getting in fine onto 235.
Yeah, no worries, that's good then. Well, like I said, I hadn't changed anything since the last time I programmed it, so I wondered what was up, but yeah, it's usually a little bit busier than this on 235, isn't it? But yeah, no problems at all. Do you want to flip back to 80?
Have you got local spot 2 programmed in?
No, I've only got slot 1 at the moment, Chris.
Well, go back to 80, M0GG.
Yeah, no worries, catch you there. M0GG, M3HHY.
Yeah, got you, Lewis. Yeah, you're coming in fine now. You were coming in fine on 235 as well. So yeah, it seems to be working good. You have to send us a picture of what set you're using.
Yeah, I don't suppose you mind being in another video, do you, Chris? Because you'll see it in about an hour, if you want.
No, I don't mind it at all, mate. Fill your boots through it. No problem whatsoever. No, I won't disappear, Lewis, if that's alright. Just got my darts on and a watch that. Then back to work tomorrow after a week off, which I'm not looking forward to.
Yeah, no worries, Chris. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm in work tomorrow, then off on Tuesday, so. Okay, mate, well, cheers for coming on for the test anyway, appreciate it, and we'll catch you further down the log. 7-3 for now, M3HHY.
Yeah, 7-3, it's nice to speak to you, Lewis. All the best. I'll speak to you later. M0GG, clear.
Yeah, you too, mate. 7-3, M3HHY is also clear. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. A really nice portable little radio. Looking forward to using this a little bit more out in the field and getting to grips with it. But yeah, very simple. I like the simple design on it, the simple keypad, simple display. Some of these DMR radios can be a little bit of a minefield for features and settings and menus and stuff like that. This one just seems really easy. So yeah, very happy with it. The programming software, a couple of little hiccups with that from me, but a lot of people are reporting no issues at all. So it may just be something that I was doing wrong, but it does turn out a lot of people are saying you have to follow them set of specific instructions to actually program the radio. So it's just one to watch out for, but we got there in the end. As you can see, it works well on the air, no problems at all, sounds just as good as any of my other DMR handsets, so yeah, really happy with it. Okay guys, so I'll leave that one there. If you want to have a look at this radio, the link is in the description, so make sure you check that out. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to leave any comments, suggestions or questions, then do so in the box below. And all that's left to say is 7-3, we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.